Davide, inizia la registrazione.
Sì.
Allora. Ok. Alicia, just a brief introduction in Italian for our guest. Bene, grazie a tutti per essere qui. Diciamo, l'ultima sessione in cui vedremo Career Coach, questo nuovo strumento che permette di allineare, come abbiamo detto, gli obiettivi di carriera degli studenti a quello che è il loro percorso all'interno dell'Ateneo, e quindi essere sempre più efficaci nella proposta sia curricolare che extracurricolare rispetto all'andamento del mercato del lavoro, quindi quello che poi si troveranno ad affiancare. Quindi abbiamo qui i colleghi, Alicia Redmond, Krishna, one moment because I don't remember, Krishna Madhavan e John Davis da Corporation, che ci presenteranno. Loro sono i program manager della tecnologia, quindi diciamo chi meglio di loro può presentarcela anche rispetto alle esperienze fatte, perché Career Coach viene da quasi 2 anni di preview, quindi è stato utilizzato da alcune università in tutto il mondo, e quindi il prodotto che ne è uscito fuori è consolidato con quelli che sono state le osservazioni e le richieste delle università. Okay, Alicia just made a little introduction to Career Coach, to the fact that it has been in preview for 2 years, maybe now, and so the product that has been released comes after a period of requirements from universities, and so it should be useful to many universities for the scope.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Alessandra. And hello to everybody. We are thrilled to be here with you this afternoon. And really what you can expect from this session is to learn about Career Coach, why we made it, what it is, how it works, and how you can get started. So I've invited my colleagues, Krishna Madhavan and John Davis, to really walk you through a little bit of background about the product, some of the research that we did to inform the product and its development. And then we'll walk you through a demo of the experience, talk about what it takes to onboard, and then really share more about how institutions are using the product today, and to give you some ideas for how you can get started. And then we'll be sure to leave plenty of time for Q&A. We'll be monitoring the chat window if you have any questions, and I'll pass it over to John and Krishna to get us started. Krishna,
we can hear you, Krishna.
There you go.
Cool. Can you hear me?
Yep, coming through.
Cool. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Krishna Madhavan, and I'm a principal group manager and a co-lead for Career Coach. Before coming to Microsoft, I was a professor of engineering at Purdue University. But since I came to Microsoft, I've been working with my colleague, John Davis, to build Career Coach. I will pass it off to John Davis to introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. Really appreciate the time today. So my name is Jonathan Davis. I am a principal software engineering manager here at Microsoft. And as Krishna mentioned, together we co-lead the Microsoft Career Coach product and engineering strategy. I have over 20 years of experience building these data-driven, scalable solutions. And in my 16 years at Microsoft, I've led multiple development teams that were responsible for shipping products here at the company, including Office for the Mac, Windows 8, and Windows 10. So both of us are very excited to share Career Coach with you all today. This is something that our team has spent the last 2 years developing in preparation for the public launch, which was just last May. During that time, we collaborated with over 20 institutions during the private pilot phase, and we worked directly with these universities to create cohorts to learn what works well as what does not work well for students in preparing them for their first steps towards their career. So what is the problem that we're trying to solve with Career Coach? So the fourth industrial revolution and demographic change, industrial transitions and changing consumer needs are all creating demand for millions of jobs with vast new opportunities for fulfilling students' potential and aspirations. However, there's still a threat of unequal opportunity, job displacement, and widening income inequality, which seems even more present. So these were the opportunities that our team were looking to help when we started the journey for Career Coach. And as I mentioned before, we've had a full 1.5 years of experimentation, ultimately leading to the first pilot of Career Coach that was in September of 2019 with Texas A&M University. So starting with that pilot, the innovation shifted to more partnerships with LinkedIn to collectively address a need for the higher education market. And we spent the next year presenting and gathering feedback from over 150 institutions across the globe. And during the last 18 months specifically, we worked with over 22 institutions here, as you can see, to create those cohorts and learn what is working well with their students. And so we wanted to first share what we've learned through the private preview process and what shaped ultimately the product that we have today. So students face many challenges when it comes to their future careers. And we found that half of the students we surveyed lacked clarity and were unclear on how to search for a specific job that they have in mind. And subsequently, a majority of these students do not understand what skills are needed to even begin their career, and many do not even understand the skills that they have to begin with. So in addition to that, higher education institutions face similar challenges themselves to support successful student employment outcomes. So scale becomes a challenge to offer personalized career guidance to each and every student. And it can be very difficult to gather the data that provides actionable insights to support their individual careers, or to even make curriculum changes so that universities can quickly adapt to growing skill trends. Yet with this much uncertainty, we found that career services that are available to students are going underutilized. And this has been even more challenging with the past year due to the global pandemic. Even with students being unclear about their future, as you see here, the data shows 60% of the students do not meet with their career advisors. And the current solutions on campuses go underserved, and the staff ends up being burdened with too many students per staff member. So that's not really a ratio that is set up for success to provide students with personalized career guidance. And we know that higher education institutions are always looking for a better way to engage and reach all students regarding their future careers throughout the entirety of their life cycle. And this is the opportunity for Career Coach to really help bridge that gap. And we want to be clear that this is not a replacement for career services, but rather a solution that can help boost student engagement with those valuable resources by helping students first understand the skills that they have, allowing them to explore what opportunities are available to them that might align with their skills and interests, and then to work with career services in helping offer learning opportunities to grow the skills that the students need. And this, we believe, will help provide the necessary clarity that students desire and help shape those important conversations with career services. And now Krishna will talk a little bit more specifically about how the Career Coach app will help accomplish this.
Thank you, John. So with this, let us introduce Career Coach, which is the first application that is jointly developed between Microsoft and LinkedIn for students in the higher education market. So
excuse me, Krishna, just a moment. I wanted just to say that if somebody has any question, can raise hand on Teams and they can ask because there isn't the chat. So and so it's better to raise the hand. Sorry, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Cool. So Microsoft Career Coach is a Teams application that is powered by LinkedIn, and it provides personal guidance to students as they navigate their career journeys. The application is designed to help students discover their career path and also help them grow real-world skills. But as part of the application, we also help students build their professional networks based on the alumni from the university. So they can connect with people who have graduated from your own universities and in the process grow their own network. In terms of the institutions, we help institutions drive student success by finding successful employment. And in the process, we also provide great insights to enhance the student experience. Along with all this, we allow the institution to customize how the application shows up for the students. And this is a great way for personalization of the application within the university that you are working in right now. Now, LinkedIn is a critical part of Career Coach, as we mentioned. And the Career Coach application is powered by the LinkedIn Economic Graph. The LinkedIn Economic Graph is the real-time data that is represented within the LinkedIn Professional Network. At any given point in time, we have about 770 million members, and this number continues to grow every day. Over 58 million companies are represented within the application, about 14 million jobs, and about 38,000 skills are represented. Also, over 120,000 educational institutions, colleges, universities worldwide have data within LinkedIn that we leverage in order to provide the application for the students within your universities. Now, this is Career Coach. It is present within Teams. When you launch Teams, Career Coach is available as an app within the application, but you can also pin it to the left rail. Here you see Career Coach showing up on the left side. And this is the landing page on which the students arrive when they launch Career Coach within the institution. So at the very top of the page, we have a little bit of information about what Career Coach is and how it helps the students discover their skills and find real-world jobs. And in order to make this process really easy for students, we have worked on a getting started guide as part of the launch process. A student can go in and set any profile that they want. For example, here is a field of study that the students are entering. For example, in this case, you can enter anything like art history or art and music education, computer science, and so on. Here, for the purposes of this demo, I'll select art history. But you can also enter multiple fields of study if you want within this application. The student is able to customize this app's behavior very easily as part of this process. The next question that we ask the student is what year in the university they are, like year 1 or year 4 or master's or PhD. In this case, we'll just select year 3 as an example. And once you set that, the next question that we ask students is, do you have a LinkedIn account? Please note that a LinkedIn account is not needed for the student to use the application. However, we ask this question so that we can bring in more data from LinkedIn to support their work within this application. But the account, a LinkedIn account, is not needed. In fact, the whole application is set up so that the students can create a really strong LinkedIn profile as they work through the application. The next question that we ask the student is a very important one of skills. As part of the application profile setup for a Career Coach, we ask the students 3 questions. One is, what is your current resume or transcript? Here, the student can simply drag and drop a resume, and our Skills Explorer, which is an AI-based engine, will look through the document when will identify the skill. And now this is going to run in the background as the document is being uploaded. The next question that we ask the students is the second signal for skills, which is, what skills do you think you have? Because when you ask the student what skills they think they have, they may mark things like, oh, you know, I have a skill in journalism, or I have creativity skills, I'm good at time management, and so on, right? And the final question that we ask the student is, what do you think you are interested in? There is a whole bunch of skills that the students can select from. For this application, the student might select something like, I'm interested in artificial intelligence or computer graphics or game development or digital marketing. And this is important because the three signals combined together, the resume or transcript, plus what skills the students think they know, and then what skills they want to learn, form the basis of the personalization that the students will see within Career Coach. So at this point, they're done setting up the profile, and we take them to a dashboard, which is very easy way for students to follow what their goals are and understand their activities, and a whole bunch of other features land within the dashboard page over here. At the very top of the dashboard, we have a set of goals that we have identified for the students. Again, in the future, this will be customizable for every university. But right now, we start with what we think is the basis, and then we let the students track their progress along these goals. For example, starting a career journey, building the students' network, applying to a job, preparing for an interview are all different goals that the students can undertake within Career Coach. Let us say that for this demo, we are going to select Start Your Career Journey as an activity. And then you see right below it, there is a whole set of open activities like learning how to tell my story, add in-demand skills to what I want to learn, and so on, as part of the activities that the students can perform. And this is a great way to track the activities as well. As a student is done with an activity, they can just check it off, and then you can see that it tracks that 1 out of 10 activities complete. This allows the students to keep their goals going forward very easily. As you scroll down on the page, here is a great area of integration with LinkedIn that we have within Career Coach. We allow the students to look at co-ops, internships, volunteering opportunities, and professional groups that they can join as part of the Career Coach experience. And by the way, you as a university can add things like, oh, I want you to participate in a hackathon. I want you to apply for student jobs, or there is a sales competition that is going on. And you see that, for example, our demo university, Willow University, has added a set of specific experiences that they want the students to go and have so that the students can gain more experience. And by the way, this is important because students always think that finding a job is always about applying for the job, but they also have these opportunities of going to do internships or volunteering for certain kinds of organizations to gain experience as well. So this is a really critical part of what we do within the application. And as you look through the app, right below this, you see that there is a whole set of areas for exploring career opportunities. By the way, all of these computations are based on your university's alumni network. So the students are always asking, what do students who graduate from my university do today? And we use the data from your university to drive the application in this space. So as you look at the Explore Career space, here you see that there is a whole lot of personalization that is happening. For example, when the students selected the skills at the beginning, they indicated that they were interested in accessibility as a skill. They also indicated that they were interested in digital marketing as a skill. So based on their skill interest, you see that the Career Coach is automatically recommending a set of job roles that the students can go find out more about. Like, for example, for accessibility, you have graphic designer or UX researcher, web developer, and so on. And for digital marketing, you have things like social media manager, copywriter, and other additional things. Now, a student can also very easily filter the careers based on their interests. For example, by company, by industry, and or by skills, which is very easily found on the top right corner of the application. The students can filter this. Now, let's look at how this works for the student. For example, if they click on graphic designer, we immediately show them the skills that they have, the skills that they are interested in, and the ones that are in gray are the skill gap. So we are pointing out to the students that people who have graduated from your university who are a graphic designer today have these top 10 skills that you can also learn from. And in this case, the skill gap is that the student does not have a background, for example, in user-centered design or the Adobe Creative Suite, which is something that students who've graduated from this university have. The student can very easily save this career. In this case, the application Career Coach will automatically start tracking what the student is doing to learn more about the graphic designer profession. And here you also see that we are presenting with them the relevance score, the top companies that are hiring, and also the top cities in which the students from this university, Willow University, are going. For example, a lot of them work in Budapest, Austin, Texas, Athens, and also in the California and Czech Republic. So here you see a lot of data coming from the alumni, helping the students understand where they can go work also. And right below that, you see that you can also allow the students to have their own network. For example, Jason and Konstantin, who are shown here at the bottom of the screen, are graphic designers from the student's university, and the students can connect to this person in the context of the skills that they are learning. Now, the other important page that we want to show you is the profile page. If you remember, when we started using Career Coach, the student answered a set of questions. For example, they said their field of study is art history, they're in year school, they're interested in graphic design as a profession. And here they also uploaded a resume. And here you see that the skills are showing from the resume that the student has already uploaded. And further, all the skill interests that they have are also shown over here on this profile page. You can think of the profile page as the starting point for launching a long-term learner record of some sort, focused on skills that the students can take with them in the long run. Here you also see at the bottom of the screen that the student has connected their LinkedIn account with Career Coach. So there is a lot more data and personalization that happens within the Career Coach application. Now, on the top right corner of the screen, the student can click on any skill and it'll slide out a panel. For example, if you click on accessibility, the student can find a lot of learning resources related to accessibility on the side panel over here. Content is coming from LinkedIn Learning, from the university's course catalog, and also from MS Learn and a few other properties that we automatically index for the student. If you scroll down to the bottom of this tab, here you can see that the student can also find more courses about accessibility. And when the student clicks on that link at the bottom of the screen, they are taken to a whole learning page where there is a lot more content related to growing real world skills that the student can go learn from. The important thing to note here is that the content is not only coming from LinkedIn Learning and MS Learn and Microsoft related content, but it also is coming from the university. You can upload your course catalog as part of the setup, and John will talk to you a little bit more about this. And it is very easy for the students to see and find courses from within the university as well. For example, clicking on the right corner where you have the filter allows the students to select specific learning content from either Willow University or LinkedIn Learning or Microsoft Learn or certifications and so on. And then the application is really easily customized. Here is a search result for the word teamwork. And here you can see that there is a lot of content coming from the university directly into the Career Coach app. Now, building a network is a really important part of what Career Coach does. And we said that we leverage the LinkedIn economic graph in order to do this. But we also use a combination of the LinkedIn economic graph and the university's own alumni. So for the university, this allows you to engage your alumni to educate the students who are currently studying at your university. So in this case, the student can easily look at all of the alumni that have graduated related to the skills that they are interested in. And when they click on the right filter, they can filter this by the fields of study or by location and so on. For example, if they want to know all of the people in Rome that have graduated from the university, they can find that very easily. Clicking on one of these cards will automatically pop up a small window where the students can find out a lot more about the alumni. For example, Amy is a graphic designer at Contoso company. Here you see the top skills that she has. also the connections that she has, and the student can just click on connect from within this application and can easily join the network with Amy. We are right now working on a feature that will make this connect opportunity a lot better for the students by customizing the message that they can send to Amy as they start this connection. Because Career Coach is already available within Teams, it is very easy to add it to a class, or it is very easy to add it to a chat, and the students and the faculty member can very easily interact. In this case, the faculty member is answering some questions related to how the student is using the application. Other people can also join in the conversation because this is within Teams. Now, you may all be wondering what are some of the other things that we may be doing with Teams. And as you can imagine, as we go forward, there will be a lot more integration with Teams so that looking for career opportunities and planning for career opportunities is directly in the flow of learning that happens for the students and for the professors and for career services experts on the university campuses. Now, the question is, how easy is it to set up? And to walk you through this part, I will hand it back to John.
So now we want to just give you a quick view into how institutions can customize the experience for their student audience. So consistent with other Teams applications, configuration for the Career Coach experience is done through the Teams Admin Center. And this is where Teams admins for your university will be able to configure things like the branding to represent your university, such as the institution name and logo, as well as integration with the university's LinkedIn page. And so the LinkedIn integration provides a very powerful connection between the application and your public alumni data, which is on LinkedIn. And as you saw in the demo, this really helps provide students with career insights and also allows for that direct connection for students to reach out and learn more from your alumni. You will also be able to add your university's course catalog so that your courses will appear along with other learning content when users search for topics, as well as when content is recommended to students based on their skill interests. And then to further help higher education institutions integrate Career Coach and roll it out to their student population, we have also prepared best practices and career-related lesson plans to help empower educators and staff and facilitate student engagement. And our team has worked to provide these guides to help make the experience great for your students and to allow you to maximize the benefits from the Career Coach application. And so I'll hand it back to Krishna to close out, and he will talk a little bit more about how institutions today are using Career Coach with their students.
Thank you, John. So the question is, how do institutions who are using Career Coach today, what are the various scenarios in which they use it? And also as a professor, I can tell you that these are all important scenarios in which you can bring the students along to actually engage them to think more actively about their careers. One of the key ways in which universities have introduced Career Coach is to start with the first year orientation. Essentially, bringing the Career Coach application as a critical part of career planning right when the students are starting their college studies as part of the first day or first interaction that you have with the student. The second important way is to integrate this directly within classrooms and departments. And many professors bring in Career Coach to also assign homework. For example, some professors in Australia ask the students to go look at potential job opportunities in the mechanical engineering space as part of the mechanical engineering classes, or art history classes will use more creative kinds of job exploration opportunities. The third important way is that students themselves bring Career Coach directly into student clubs, various peer learning activities and mentoring communities that help students succeed on college campuses. And of course, one of the most widespread ways in which Career Coach is used is by career services experts and advising experts on university campuses who provide a much more tailored career guidance experience for all of the students. And if you have more questions about these use case scenarios, we'll be happy to talk more about each one of these. But in general, these are the four broad themes. And as John mentioned, we have prepared a set of materials to already help you bring these scenarios to life within your university campuses. Just to give you an idea of what other users, other universities are saying about Career Coach, we hear a lot that the goal-oriented and guided experience is a very strong way in which the students can keep track of where they are going. Of course, users also like the ease of navigation, and the fact that it is present within Teams is a very big plus. Students also say that being able to look at internship opportunities and volunteering works within the application actually really helps them to keep track of all of these opportunities. The skills part, where we talked about the 3 signals with enhanced skills understanding, where the AI is doing a lot of work for the students, is something that students really love, and professors love this as well. And finally, of course, the integration with LinkedIn is called out by our users as a key tool in helping students not only build their first LinkedIn profiles, but also enhancing existing profiles in significant ways. With that, I'll point you to the Career Coach website, which is at aka.ms/career coach. And you can also talk to very many colleagues who are on this call to get started. And I will pause here for questions and hand it back to Alicia.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much. So as Alessandra had mentioned at the beginning, please feel free to raise your hand if you do have any questions. We'd be happy to take them and use the time.
It seems all clear, so we can go ahead, I think.
Yeah, Alessandra and Avira, if you have any areas that you wanted to make sure that we cover today, feel free to let us know as well.
Sure. Thank you, Risha. Good. All clear. I mean, I think perfect. Thank you.
Adriana, did you have a question?
Yeah, maybe I have a question. I'm Emiliano Perugini, actually, and I'm from Luis University from Rome, and I was a little bit curious about the connection that students could have with alumni, and so I see that by using this platform, they have the chance to connect with alumni. That's for sure. But I would like to know how it's possible. So usually the alumni receive a kind of message from the platform, from the career coach, and they are advised, they know that maybe they will be contacted by students, or is just a natural connection. So actually the students has the chance to contact them and maybe to send a message, because sometimes many LinkedIn profiles are like locked. So if you want to contact someone of them, maybe you need to have like a profile plus in order to contact them. So I don't know if it's easy to contact them, because it's quite interesting for us, because we want to improve the connection between students and graduates or alumni. So this is one of our goals. So I would like to know a little bit more about the connection.
Cool. I can take this question, Adriano. Thank you for the question. The connection to alumni is facilitated very easily within Career Coach. So if the person on LinkedIn does not want to be contacted, Career Coach will not recommend that person. We will automatically take care of ensuring that only people who want to receive connection get the connection. And also, one other thing that we do is that we are also careful not to send too many requests to one alumni, because that will mean that 3 or 4 people will get a lot of requests. We avoid that by also doing a lot of randomization and selection within the Career Coach application. The whole idea behind Career Coach is to make it very easy for students to connect with the alumni without having to go through all the barriers that they may have. In fact, we are now adding features to make it easy to connect with alumni as part of the application by sending customized messages so that they understand where the request is coming from, and the interaction is better. John, do you want to jump in and add anything?
I think that was the main a couple of main points we want to clarify. Number one, the privacy settings for the alumni are managed through their LinkedIn profile, how they have it set up. So we respect whatever that they set up on their profile, and as Christian mentioned, won't ping them. I think the second thing is with the customized message, it also gives students a chance to give some context to the request. So it's not just a blank kind of reach out, that students can be able to kind of customize and tailor the message. For example, they may want career advice. They may want to understand something about their career path, their journey, or decisions that they've made. Or in some cases, it may just be simple networking and wanting to build that out ahead of the job search. So there's a lot more customization that we'll have in the next release, and this will be in the winter.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay, also, as I said at the beginning, unfortunately, Domenico Genovese, that is from University of Tor Vergata, and it is the first university in Italy testing Career Coach, and for an adoption from the university couldn't join. So we are very sorry about this, but I mean, there will be other opportunities to hear his voice on Career Coach. And when maybe the adoption is completed, as we are in a very envisioning phase of adoption. So it was interesting to have his point of view on the reason for an Italian university to adopt Career Coach, but we will do this at a later time. Okay, I don't know if there are other questions around Career Coach and on implementation, maybe on the configuration and integration in the learning environment of the university. So if anybody has any doubt, any question, please go ahead.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of information to take in at once. You know, another thing, if you're welcome to share, is if you have, you know, any thoughts that come to mind as you're seeing the product. Are there particular challenges you see with your students that this could help solve, or particular challenges that you experience at your university that you're looking for support on? As John and Krishna mentioned, this is a really early product. We just released it in the past 6 months. And so we, you know, would love to hear feedback on what are some areas that you would like to see in the product, because we'll continue to build on its capabilities over time. So please feel free to chime in with any comments or feedback as you were watching the presentation.
Thank you, Alicia. And also from John and my perspective, please know that we are always available to answer any questions or get on phone calls and walk you through the application. Of course, Alicia is our product leader, and she will be there always to help you at any time. But if you want to talk with me and John directly, we are always available. Please know that we want to make sure that the students at your universities are successful, and that is the #1 goal. So we are always here to work with you.
Yes. Yes, many thanks to all of you, because I know, because I already asked for your help on some customers, so I know how you are available, and your help is always appreciated, because it gives customer exactly the information they require. So we will continue to ask for your help in calls, as you said, or in some presentation. And meanwhile, many thanks to Alicia, John, and Krishna, and to all participants. So there will be the registration, and that can be shared with other colleagues inside the university that attended, but CRUI will share to all the ICT community. So also the other colleagues that are in different sessions from other universities will be able to watch the registration afterwards, so the recording, and they maybe will have some question that we will report to you, and we can answer together. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So, many thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Ok, Davide, interrompi la registrazione.
Sì, grazie.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Ok.